Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Bloom and this is Blooming Woman YouTube channel. And yes, today's video is going to be a live Q&A where I'm going to answer all of your spiritual guidance questions, anything you want to know, from animal totems to angel numbers to dreams to all types of synchronicities or anything you may face on your spiritual path, on your journey in life. If I know about it, I'm be more than happy to answer you guys' questions, okay? So that's what today's video is all about. And I also want to take the time to welcome anyone in who is new to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, and make sure that you hit the like button if you want to help support my channel as well. And if you want to see more of my videos, you can always subscribe to me too. So here we are. And let me fix the camera because it's kind of in a really weird angle. Just wanted to kind of face down a little bit more. And when it comes to the spiritual guidance Q&A, I never know if people are going to ask questions right away. So I always have something else to talk about while I'm waiting for you guys to just ask whatever it is you want. So I don't know if any of my subscribers saw one of my videos and remember me talking about the blue water lily and its usage inside of ancient Egypt and ancient Africa, and how important it was to them and how much they used it, and how that gets mixed up with the blue lotus flower, and how these are two completely different species of flowers, okay? And when I made that video, some of you guys did request for me to actually do review on what I feel like the blue water lily actually tastes like. So I have it over here. And I did taste it because it's a review, so I have to make sure I do it first and then tell you guys how it tastes. So I'm going to be talking about this while I'm waiting for people to come through and while I'm waiting for the questions to come through. And if no questions come through, then I'm just going to keep talking. But yeah, so I'm very happy that I did try this off camera because for me, it was kind of intense. And I will say also, when it comes to trying herbs that are meant to kind of give you some type of outer body experience or some type of different experience, even if you're trying something else from nature and it's not herbs in particular, let's say you're trying frog medicine and you're doing cambo from South America, which I've done before, or you're doing ayahuasca, okay, which is from a bark of a tree in South America too. Let's say anywhere in the world, if you're doing something from nature that's going to give you an outer body experience or going to give you some type of spiritual experience, it's going to be different for everyone. So just because I drank this and felt a certain way, it doesn't mean that you're going to drink this and feel that same way. One of the few pointers that I realized when I did this was, first thing is your body size. When you're drinking herbs like this and doing things like this, you really want to look at your body size. If you have a small frame body, then you really don't want to OD and drink a lot. Like honestly, with this, I would suggest if you have a smaller frame body that you want to just drink half a mug. That also comes down to understanding like how concentrated is it? How much water is there in there? How long did you boil it for? So all of those things play effect. But overall, for me, I overboiled it and I made it a lot because I was listening to what other people told me about when they tried it and how when they tried it, it wasn't really hitting for them. And so I just said, okay, well, let me just put more in here. And it's just a weird feeling. I didn't get an outer body experience. I didn't get a astral projection type of experience, but what I did get was I did feel like, I don't want to say intoxicated, but I did feel like a shift in energies, okay? Now, I can't say if the shift was positive or negative. For me personally, it didn't really feel like some high frequency type of stuff. So I actually haven't drank this since then. But if you guys have more questions about this, then I'll answer that too. But then nevertheless, if you guys have questions, make sure you shoot them at me. What are your spiritual guidance questions? Okay. Animal totems, angel numbers, all that stuff. Because now I'm starting to think the chat is broken. But if you guys have questions, people who are in the watching right now, don't be shy unless you're an introvert. I get it. But everyone watching, make sure you hit the like button and just ask me the questions that you feel like you may have been going through lately. And I know last time I did this, there were a lot of angel numbers. And I want people to also understand, like, okay, I can answer angel numbers, but you know, all types of synchronicities. It can literally be you seeing white cars everywhere, or you seeing red cars everywhere, or you seeing blue cars everywhere. It can be color related. It can be anything. Okay. Now, I will say it as it is. Facing your fears is something that's extremely broad. So, facing your fears in what aspect? Like, what is that question exactly? And welcome in 13 Elevation Station. Are you having trouble facing your fears and you want to know the best way to face your fears? Is a specific situation? Or what exactly is it? Okay, so fear of the unknown. It's still kind of broad for me. So, like, are you interested in knowing how to face the unknown, face those fears, how to get rid of those fears? Are you interested in knowing why are people afraid of the unknown? Facing your fears of the unknown. I'm going to just guess that you want to know how you can face your fears. So if you want to face your fears and this is all personal opinion, I'm not by any means perfect or anything like that. But for me personally, I do feel like one of the first things to understand when it comes to facing your fears or facing the unknown is to understand that there's no real way to get rid of the fear. So, like, there's no way to really sit there and say, okay, I'm not going to feel fearful. But when it comes to going through the fearful experience, you just have to do it. It's plain and simple. You just got to do it. You just have to take that leap. You have to take that jump. You know, we live in a life where everyone wants to know the truth. There's so much that feels like it's unknown. There's so much that throughout our entire life, it's in the back of our psyche. It's in the back of our minds. It's in our subconscious mind. You know, what happens after death? It seems to be like one of the biggest unknowns. So in human nature, we do feel that need to go throughout life feeling like there's something that we don't know about, because no one has died and came back and told us, oh, what happens after death? So you're not going to be able to get rid of the fear. But what you can do is go off on understanding that it's something that you have to go through and it's something that you have to experience. No one's going to be there's no way to go over it. There's no way to go under it. You just have to go through it. If it's a specific situation, I can dive even deeper for you. But what fear also does is it allows you to understand your strengths and your weaknesses. And another thing about fear, what it also does, it also brings upon flight or fight mode. So when you're in fear, you can get scared or you can fight through it. So there is no other real action other than those two things, you know, because not everyone's a Zen master and not everyone's going to be able to just take fear and vanish it. because we have our minds attached to us, and we get confused and we think that we are the mind. So our mind's going to overanalyze, over-criticize, overthink. And what ends up happening is it will be really hard to diminish the fear. So you have to fight and then see that there was nothing to be fearful from the beginning. And that's how you can really mature, evolve, and face your fears and kind of vanish the fear in a way. Okay. All right, let's see. When you think of someone, do you believe they also thinking of you? It can't be an incident. You're welcome, 13 Elevation Station. I will put you guys' comments up there, but I'm not using StreamYard right now. Also, so much Parrot energy in town. In the town I'm in. What is their message? Okay, there you go. Too cute. Thank you, apes guys. Okay, so first question you're asking here, you want to know, when you're thinking of somebody, do you believe they're also thinking of you? Do I personally believe that? I would say yeah. I would say I do, but it depends. What it is when that's happening, that's going to be telepathy. So if you're thinking of somebody and you are all of a sudden, let's reverse that. Instead of you thinking of someone and that person knows you're thinking about them, or that person's also thinking of you, if you out of nowhere get this strong urge and you start thinking of somebody randomly, they weren't around, you haven't seen them in months, years, weeks, days, and they just pop up in your head and it seems a bit random, and the thought is really vivid, not visually, but the thought itself is really strong. It is possible that they were thinking of you, because that is another form of communication, is thoughts. That's going to be air element. That's going to be something that's capable of going back and forth. And that also has to deal with not just the breath, not just the air that comes out of our lung for us to talk and communicate, but it's also going to be your thought process, because the things that happen in your brain when you are thinking, it's communication going back and forth inside of your brain and all those different things that are occurring inside of your head. So it's just another form of telepathy. And to even peel back the layer of onion even more, you asking my personal opinion, when it comes to thoughts, that really has to do with another level of awareness, because that has to deal with our inner sensory system. That has to deal with our sense perceptions. So basically, you can see with these eyes, you can hear with your physical eyes, you can smell with your physical nose, you can touch and feel with your physical senses in this physical realm. But inside of other realms, there are other laws, okay? And all these other realms are existing within this realm, right? But when you think about telepathy, that is actually something that's on a different realm. That's something that's inside of the astral realm. That is something that, asking my beliefs, okay, my beliefs, and off of my own master and my own person that I look up to, that has taught me everything. I would say it's definitely something that is from a different realm, and it's something that is basically inside of the astral realm. You can understand anyone's language, and telepathy exists even more. So that is going to be telepathy, and it does work. But don't get it confused, because sometimes you can be thinking about somebody and it doesn't mean that they're going to hear you. It only depends on whether you're using your inner sensory system or you're using your outer sensory system. So is something that is done intentionally, but at the same time, it's something you're doing when you're unaware that you're doing it because you're inside of this reality. So you're aware of the things that are occurring in this reality. So that's why there's confusion and sometimes not even easy to believe. Okay. Parrot. The parrot. What is the parrot? So if you're seeing a lot of parrots, what parrots come to, when you see parrots repeating inside your life, that is something that is telling you to listen intently. So parrots coming into your life as a spirit animal, as an animal totem, it is something that is telling you to listen intently. Okay. Listen to the messages that are occurring around you inside your life. Literally listen with your inner sensory system and with your outer sensory system. With your inner sensory system, when you meditate, when you close your eyes and you just take time to listen, listen to the sounds that are coming within you that don't sound like they're sounds coming from in your body, you know, and when you listen to those sounds, sometimes you may hear birds, sometimes you may hear music of another realm. No, seriously, when you listen to it and you hear it off of your right side in your right ear, then that's going to be more of what you want to listen to in the intuitive side. When you listen to the left ear, it's good for practice as well. But when you hear it coming from the middle of your head, listen to that and forget both sides. But it's telling you to listen intently. And I also want to tell you, ape skies, to make sure that when you do see these animals, also trust your own intuition and your capability of finding the answers and listen to everything that's happening around you, but also really pay attention to the synchronicities. And you might shock yourself at the fact that the answer might pop inside of your head of what that animal is actually telling you about. So yeah. Oh, hi, King Rody. I didn't know I had another person that joined my my channel thingy. So I'm going to be giving you guys your readings in the rooted members, and I'm going to add you on there. I got to look and see if the new people came on, but I'm going to add you on there. So let me go up, and guys, don't forget to hit the like button as you're coming through. So let's see, I just found your channel today. I'm so excited that you are live. I feel as if I have so many questions, but it's hard to pick because I haven't watched enough of your content. Okay, well, whatever you're comfortable with asking, go for it. Hey, if you want to ask a question, ask. If you don't. But, you know, thank you for, you know, supporting my channel. And there really isn't no limits to the questions that you ask. I'm just not going to do personal readings on here. So you can ask whatever you like. And welcome to the channel. Drame Ebrahimi. I'm so sorry. I don't know. Hello, good evening. What if I see a lot of dark birds, crow-like birds? Okay, so I think this is the second person that's asked about crows. So 13 elevation station and Drame. Crows is about transitioning, not in a scary way, you know, but when you see crows inside your life, specifically crows, not just dark birds, okay? I'm gonna answer crows first, then I'm gonna go to dark birds. When you see crows inside your life, it is telling you that you're in a stage of your life where you're transitioning, where there is a moment where, let's say, you see crow when you go to the store and you're picking up new items to change the look of your home. Okay. You see a crow, and right before you saw the crow, you were thinking about how you needed to make a certain transition in your life, or maybe you had a question, and seeing that crow is telling you the answer to that question has to deal with a transition. It has to deal with some type of change that needs to occur inside of your life. So it comes through to tell you about changes. It comes through to tell you about transitions. And sometimes the transitions are not the easiest, but you need to go for it. It can be, the transition can be fearful when you see the crow. It could be something in your life that you may have been putting off, or it could be something in your life that is really unexpected. Crows also have to deal with your destiny. So another meaning for crows, and then you can see what is specifically for you and your situation. But another meaning for crows is going to be, what is it that you are destined to do? So it's telling you to focus on your actual destiny, focus on your life purpose, and try to transition into that more, and try to do more things inside of your life and have more activities, more hobbies, just introducing your life purpose more into your life. Or when you see a crow, it could be telling you that you're in that moment of transition and you're about to experience your destiny. You're about to be shown your destiny, not right after you see the crow now, but in time, especially if you see them all the time. Blackbirds and specifically, that is going to be, if you're just seeing blackbirds, you're seeing crows, you're seeing black, all kinds of different birds, different sizes, it's telling you that something needs to end in your life. You need to end a bad habit, or you need to end something that you've been doing for a long time may need to end, or something naturally is going to come to an end inside your life, because black does have to deal with endings occurring inside of your life, okay? And then also just remember, this is very general. So just take what applies to you, okay? And let's see, come on with the questions, y'all, because if the questions don't come through, I'll be honest, I'm gonna get out of here. Let me see what we got. And I hope that could help you. Perez, hi sis, how are you doing? I'm doing good. This makes a lot of sense, total sense. Thank you. You're welcome. Do you miss Gambia? Oh, that's a great question. Do I miss Gambia? I don't think the answer to that question will be able to be answered in this video. Like, I think it's way off topic. I think it is not a spiritual question. And I think that it reminds me of some things that I don't want to think about right now. Yeah. Do I miss Gambia? Short answer, I don't miss the experiences I had in Gambia, but I do miss Africa. Yeah. I don't miss the experiences that I had in Gambia, though. Because when it comes to all that African repatriation group and the group of people that are doing that stuff on social media, on YouTube specifically, there's a lot that doesn't get said about. There's a lot of things that Black people do to each other, okay? And it's just not for this video. It's really not. They actually, grackles, crow, aren't that common in Mexico. Thanks for answering. You're very welcome. Okay, any more questions? Why? Any more questions? Any more questions? I don't know. I feel like I should do something for you guys. Should I bring out my hand pan? My nail, you heard that bird? My nails are long, so I don't know if I can play my handpan right now. But yeah, lots of good stuff coming in. Lots of things I can't tell you guys about. I know I haven't been posting that much lately. I will get back into the groove of doing that, but there's a lot that I'm doing as well. What else can we talk about? Wow. Y'all know I'm really awkward, right? Let's see. Any more questions? Spirit animals, synchronicities, color meanings? Or should I just start saying stuff? Like, yeah, I know for me specifically, like I've been seeing the color white a lot, like white cars passing by a lot. I've been seeing anything about squirrels? Okay, I'd rather talk about you guys than me. Yes, I do, and I did a whole video about this. I have experience with squirrels throughout 2020. I want to say last year in like July. And last year when we moved here, me and my fiance, we had a tree out here, and inside the tree there was a squirrel nest. So for the first time, the squirrel spirit animal was really talking to me, and it showed me a lot of different messages. And I just sat there and experienced it and took the information, and finally it clicked, and I knew what it meant. And I had more experiences, and I made that video. And then some transition happened because one day we woke up and they were chopping the tree down. And so the squirrels didn't have a home to go to. And they still come back every now and then to get nuts and stuff that we throw out there for them. But long story short, I don't know what I'm talking about. When it comes to the squirrel spirit animal, this is telling you to prepare for the future. Okay. This is telling you to prepare for the future. The squirrel animal, just like how it goes, and it goes and it always seems like it's always doing something. It wakes up first thing in the morning sometimes, and it gets straight to work. It's scavenging. It's searching for things. It's finding things. It's burying it, and it's planting seeds. It's literally planting seeds. It's planting seeds, and sometimes squirrels bury so much of their food to store it for the future, to plan for the future, that they actually will forget that where they buried some of their seeds and stuff. And what will end up happening is sometimes that seed actually sprouts and grows into a plant. So it's really about finances as well. Making sure that you're investing into yourself, making sure that you pay yourself, making sure that you have your savings, making sure that you put things into storage, whether you're accumulating wealth, whether you're accumulating, stocking on finances, stocking on resources, stocking on energy, like just your own energy, saving your energy, whatever you feel that squirrel is telling you in that moment from your own personal intuition, is telling you that something needs to be stored, and you need to plan for the future and think more about saving things so that you can have more for later. Okay, so that's like the main thing about the squirrel spirit animal. Woo, okay, we're coming in now. Let's see what we got here. So I hope that helped you. Okay, where am I? Oh my goodness. Let me see. Red cardinals. Do I know about cardinals? Are you kidding me? Do I look like I know about cardinals? I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, I know about cardinals. That would be probably, yeah, I want to say that's the first animal that I ever had experience with. Man, cardinals are on a different, they're from a different place. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, it's just your perception. But when it comes to cardinals, long story short, cardinals come into your life to really tell you about, they come into your life to protect you. They come into your life to protect you. They come into your life to show you that you're protected. especially if you notice that the same cardinal seems to visit you, especially when you feel like it's getting really, I don't want to say aggressive, but the cardinal is very persistent. Like you're really seeing them everywhere, or you really see that same one come to your window, or you really see that same cardinal. The cardinal comes to really protect you. The cardinal can come to show you, to give you a warning even. If you're driving a car and you're driving down the road and you see a cardinal fly straight through, fly around your car, it's telling you to actually pay attention, because something might, just happen out of the norm, or just pay attention. Seriously. I've had a lot of experiences with the cardinals, and so much that I feel like I can actually share some of my experiences now, since my cup is kind of full with the cardinals. So when it comes to my own personal experiences with the cardinal, I know the cardinal is definitely someone, it can be someone who's passed on that has taken form of a cardinal to really watch over you and protect you in some cases, or it could just be the cardinal just coming through to protect you, or to warn you, or to guide you. Okay, so very protective. I remember one time I was coming out of Walmart, and I was just just being a little aloof, and walking to my car, and I just saw a cardinal just fly really quick, and I already knew what it meant, because when it happened, it just felt like everything just stopped, and it was just like I just knew what it was trying to tell me. It told me to pay attention, and the next thing you know, I almost got hit by a car. This car was backing out, and they didn't see me, and I was like, there was nowhere for me to run, and I started to try to walk out the way really quick, but it didn't stop. And then it finally saw me and it stopped. But if it didn't stop, like I would have gotten hit by the car for sure. And he was backing out really fast too. So yeah, that's one incident. I've had an incident on the road probably about 4 times when a cardinal came right in front of my windshield. And every time it did, something happened on the road where, man, if I didn't see that, things could have been really bad. It's come through to also tell me that I was going to succeed in something. I've gone into 7-Eleven and got the little scratcher thing to win money or whatever. And I went and I was driving home, and I was like, I really hope I win this. And a cardinal just flew with my car like halfway home. And it'd be the same cardinal too. It's really strange. And that ticket, I won $200. And that's just a few stories with the cardinal. I would say that's probably the most majestic animal for me personally. And that's why I got it tattooed on my arm, because of how much it's protected me. But for a general meaning, I would say it's there to guide and protect. That was a really long answer, y'all. I'm very sorry. Welcome in, Donnie goes in. How are you? Peace, power, love, light, and unity to my A1 family. Hashtag team capital Black. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, let's see. SN Jackson. I have a question regarding synchronicities. Lately, I've been having a lot of ringing in my left ear. Okay, we kind of talked about this. It can be different for each individual. When it comes to the ringing in the ear, I can just say that it does have to deal with an attunement. So think about it like, your body's an instrument and you're tuning yourself. So look at it from that angle. And I hope that makes sense for you. But what it really means is an attunement, elevation, progress spiritually. And also make sure that this isn't just, okay, my stomach growling, or, just vessels or something, because our bodies make sounds too inside. But if you're feeling that ringing in your ear, it is definitely having to do with some type of progress, some type of adjustment for the better, as some kind of attunement. Okay. And that's how I can generalize that. When it's coming from the left ear, it's still good. When it's coming from the right ear, it's still good. When it's coming from the middle of your head, it's still good. But on a personal level, what you want to do is you want to really think about, okay, what is it that this is telling me? What is it that is happening? Like, well, what is it? Is it ringing, and does it sound like, does it ringing and is it burning your ear, or is it ringing and does it feel pleasant, or does it ring and it feels like someone just, it's not somebody, but it feels like you're just tuning yourself. Okay. And when you hear that ringing, and let's say you're not busy and you hear that ringing, try to do this. Try to just close your eyes and meditate. Okay. Meditation, just focus your attention onto something. And just try to focus your attention onto that sound. And eventually it won't focus attention anymore. It will actually withdraw attention inward. And that's really what you want. So it's a very positive thing. And there's no like crazy, like, oh, my left palm is itching, it means I'm gonna get money. It's not like that with that. Okay. But if you notice a synchronicity, like you're saying, then your intuition is trying to tell you something. If your ear starts ringing every time a certain incident happens, or anytime you think about a certain person, or anytime you see a certain number or something, really take time to listen intently on the signs that are around you, and you will get your more specific, accurate answer just for you. Okay. And then let's see. Yeah, red cardinals are the ish. And if you ever see a brown cardinal, it's still a cardinal, it's just a female. I've been reading a lot about it, but I would love to hear your opinion on it. Okay. Wow, that makes sense. I've been seeing a pattern of repeating numbers like 12, 12, 23, 23, and so on. Okay, so if you're seeing a pattern of repeating numbers, look, all of this is you needing to like really pick up on signs. Something's trying to tell you something. Something's trying to give you signs. These are signs, right? If you're seeing repeating numbers over and over and over again, then you may be, when you see a lot of synchronicities inside of your life, then that means that you're actually elevating, you're actually growing spiritually, because you're having more verifications pop up. It also means that your intuition is growing, is giving you a chance to pick up on the lessons outside, because your intuition is growing. Okay. So that's what that's really all about, if you're just seeing a bunch of different numbers repeating itself over and over again. All right. And then let's see. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Do you think Christianity is the end all be all? Ugh. Should I read this? Let me see. Do you think Christianity is the end all be all down the line on the spiritual path, or is it more diverse and there's a place for all beliefs in heaven? Oh man, that's a lot, yo. That is a lot in that question. First off, religion. Second of all, heavens. Like there's a lot of personal opinions and different beliefs that are going to come in with that question. because I don't think of heaven as a Christian person would think of heaven. And I don't believe in Christianity. You know, I grew up Christian, but here's what I think about religion. I think that religion gives people a sense of hope. I feel like it gives people something to go through life with, some type of structure, some kind of moral, some kind of guideline. But I do not think that Christianity is the end all be all down the line on the spiritual path. And a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but personally, I don't think that Christianity is spiritual. I think that it may have started spiritual, but after they rewrote it 14 times throughout time, I think that they changed a lot. And I don't think they put too much focus. It's more of a distraction now. They put too much focus on rituals and on doing things outside, and focusing on only thinking that this realm is it. And it's actually a trap. Oh man, you guys are gonna hate me, but I feel like it's a trap because it keeps you in guilt. It keeps you thinking, oh my goodness, I sinned. I did something really wrong. And now I have guilt. And that is very bad, because that creates so much karma. And karma is not a religious thing either. You know, that's just something that exists. You see karma happen right in front of your eyes. You treat somebody bad, and next thing you know, somebody hits your car, or you can see karma happen right away. This is just the laws of the causal realm. And the causal realm is basically our minds, our thoughts, and why everything exists the way it does. So you have the physical realm, then you have the physical realm, you have the astral realm, you have the causal realm. And I'm not going to talk about any realms above that because we all going to be lost. But our mind already overanalyzes, it already criticizes, it already creates karma. Our mind is the reason why we create karma. And we think we are our mind. So when you add something like any kind of religion, Christianity, anything that sets harsh guidelines like that, and enforces guilt and resentment and lack of freedom, then you're really just letting your mind take that front seat even more. So I don't think it's the end all be all. I do think that heaven exists. However, I don't think heaven is the end all be all. Heaven is a place in the astral realm. Hell is a place in the astral realm. But this is just places to pay off karma. When you're in your physical body as a human, is like the only place where you can actually create karma. And it's the only species that creates karma. Every other species is only paying off karma. That's the difference there. And when you are in the astral realm, the astral body, it lives for a lot longer than the physical body. And in the astral realm, what you can do there is you can go to hell to pay off some of your karma, but that's all you're doing. Or you can, and it's really just bad things. Or you can go to heaven to pay off good karma. But it's just that there is no creating karma except for in the human body form. And that's a really personal opinion from the teachings that I've taken in from my perfect living master. Not no occult or anything like that, but my perfect living master, Ishwar Puri Ji, that recently passed away in on December 23rd, which has gotten me so messed up. But yeah, it's a lot to understand, and it's better if you guys watch him or see him. I give most of my credit to him, and things that I've experienced. But yeah, it's a lot to explain. It really is. Let's see. Also pattern of, for example, 445, 332, 556. Okay, are y'all just throwing random numbers at me, or are you really experiencing this? I'm joking. Okay, so 445. 445 is telling you to change your environment. 332 is telling you to trust your abilities to communicate. And then 556 is telling you an adventure on experiencing love. This could be love for yourself, or this could be love for somebody else. And that's just what's coming in right there for that. And then let's see, you guys don't forget to hit the like button so you can help support my channel. What wisdom do you have about, one, experiencing sad emotions while recovering from mental health? 2, feeling guilty about sad emotions. And 3, energy recharging after feeling really drained emotionally. Okay, so what wisdom do you have about, 1, experiencing sad emotions while recovering from mental health? First thing I want to say is that I'm not perfect. And I don't know everything. I will say I've experienced a lot of crap in my life, like a lot of crap, much like everyone has experienced bad things. But when it comes to experiencing sad emotions, and this is something that I would tell you to get professional help with. This is something that if you're not interested in getting professional help with, then you got to understand that it's going to be a rough journey. But if you're feeling sad emotions while recovering from mental health, then I'm not sure if you have completely recovered, or if you are recovering from the mental health, if you're experiencing sad emotions. So that confuses me a little bit. Another thing I want to say about that is it's actually it's very normal to experience that, because this realm that we live in, it can be very brutal. Feeling guilty about sad emotions. I would highly recommend you to try your hardest to get rid of guilt. This is something that I've experienced myself as soon as 2 hours ago. What is the point of feeling guilty about your sad emotions? Because all of this is coming across as self-inflicting pain and making yourself feel pain. Once you realize that you're making yourself feel pain, that's when it'll be easier for you to release that pain. Because a lot of it is self-inflicting, from what I'm getting, okay, from your message. A lot of it is self-inflicting. Because if you're feeling guilty about sad emotions, that is not your fault. And I would really strongly encourage you to do anything that you can do that will help you to get rid of that guilt, by taking the blame off of you, by stop blaming yourself for things, by understanding that it's not your fault. And, there's all types of things that I could recommend to you. You can try doing Cambo. You can try doing all kinds of things. You can try drinking herbs. You can try changing your diet. But the best thing, it depends on if you're actually going through a mental health situation psychologically. If you are, then I would suggest professional help. But if you're not going through a mental health situation, like psychologically, like diagnosed, then I would say face your thoughts, face your demons, and really get control over your mind, and understand that you're not your thoughts, you're not your mind. That person that's feeling guilty, that shouldn't take front seat, because that is not you. You know, you really aren't that. Feel the essence of who you are, which is only love and it's only light. You're not the person that's criticizing. You're not the person that is feeling guilt. You're not the person that wants to be sad all the time. That is not who you are. That is just the yin and yang of this physical realm. That is just your mind, but it's not you. But when it's self-inflicting itself like that, and it is going to be feeling draining, but when it's self-inflicting itself like that, that means that you need to do more spiritual things, like meditation, like paying attention to your thoughts, like understanding that you're the person that's listening and you're not the person that's talking. And that will really help you push forward. And I also feel like you're already on the right path by even being on a video like this and even being able to type that and ask that. When it comes to energizing and recharging your energy, meditation. And meditation doesn't necessarily mean that you have to, you know, go in the mountains and be a monk or something. It just means literally focusing your attention on, you know, something that's going to completely calm you. It doesn't even have to be like deep stuff. But I think you're on the right path. Get some sage, get some crystals, start to change your habits, start to change the things that you do, start to change. Because whatever you're doing before, it hasn't been working for you. So you got to be willing to move forward. If you're really recovering, you have to make changes and you have to move forward and do things differently. Okay. You're very welcome. Let me see what we got here. Woo! I don't dream much, but a lion came through the village foreign to me and everyone was running. I knew that I couldn't run out. Wait, I knew that I couldn't outrun it. So when it pounced, I met it with a punch. Before we touched, I woke up. That's you facing yourself. That's what I'm getting off of that. That's you facing yourself. Lions inside of dreams does signify strength, but it signifies emotional strength. Like it signifies emotional strength, and it can sometimes signify emotional trauma. But if you're trying to punch the lion, there could be, you know, just a part of your psyche and your subconscious that you might not be aware of, but in your subconscious mind, you could be battling with feelings of testing your emotional strength and maybe even doubting your emotional strength. Okay. We are so on tone. It's beautiful. Let's see. My apologies. What is that? My apologies. Sorry, y'all. I came in kind of late. Yes, it's normal. It happens right after my meditation. And I am haunted with the 23, the number 23. It lasts for seconds and goes away. Thank you so much for answering. Yes, number 23 is going to be a number that I did a video about. Okay, yeah. I did a video about number 23. Number 23, I'm going to make it really short for you, okay? Is going to be about going from some kind of companionship, going on some type of codependency possibly, and moving towards actually being able to work in a group setting or cooperate with others or go into some kind of threesome. Also, it can mean going from relying on or being dependent on something to finally getting to the point where you can actually be creative in order to expand your horizon and expand things for yourself, because 2, 3, and then 5, okay, you read it like a story and the overall outcome is going to be that total number, which is going to be 5. That's why when you guys throw me numbers like 533.99 gigaja, it kind of, I can't do it right away. But yeah, so that's actually a really positive number to see. I've seen that number a lot. Like a lot. That's probably the number that's repeated the most since last year, December for me. Elephant, I'm so sorry you got me on one that I don't really know about, okay? I will say that for me, what I've seen recently with the elephant is that it does has to deal with accepting abundance and love, like of all forms, accepting all forms of abundance, all forms of love, in all forms. I cannot speak more on it because I do not have enough experience with elephants. I only just now started getting experiences with elephants, but I do not have enough. And then, am I fighting myself, or is there another meaning? Well, I just told you. Do you want there to be another meaning? I mean, are you fighting yourself, or is there another meaning? To me, I would say you could possibly be fighting yourself, because even asking that in the way that that's framed right there, it's also fighting yourself. Another thing you can do is you can actually Google the meaning for lion, and you can see if that will resonate more with you, if you feel like mine didn't really resonate with you. But you know, I can definitely see that it is you fighting yourself. Now, the thing about dreams is it gets really complex, because it could be you fighting somebody else. I mean, it could be you fighting something. There could be another meaning, but you really got to understand that there's so much details to the dream. Was it a black and white dream? Or was it a dream that had a bunch of vivid colors? What color was standing out the most in the dream? And then also, like, you know, the general meaning of what I'm giving you is it's about your emotional strength. You facing your emotional strength. It's not telling you that your house is about to burn down and you're not going to know how to get out. It's not telling you any of that stuff. It's actually telling you about you facing your own emotional strength and fighting with yourself, not physically, but you know what I'm talking about. Okay, what about a frog? As I'm looking at your live, I just opened my door, and out of nowhere, a frog hopped past my door, looking at it right now. Frog is very spiritual. Frog is very spiritual. Frogs can also indicate transformation. Um, I have a deep connection with a frog. Um, yeah. When I lived at my other place, I used to come home from work every day, and out of nowhere, there was this frog that would be right where I parked, like 2 weeks straight. The same frog was right where I parked. It was on the sidewalk, and it was just right there, and I see it every time I came out the car. And it got to the point where I kind of felt like this frog was like my friend, and I thought it was so cool. And one day I stepped out of my house, and I was living with family, and I see the frog just dead on inside the driveway, because one of the people that I live with drove over and just left it there, and I had to watch the frog decompose. And long story short, frogs are already about rebirth. They're already about transformation, but they also really spiritual. When you start to see frogs inside of your life, you will start to notice your intuition heightens. You'll start to notice that spiritually you advance. You'll start to notice that you've gained some kind of spiritual wisdom, some kind of spiritual attunement, even if it's inside of you, so you won't be able to see it. And sometimes you can see it inside of your outside world, so you'll be able to see that you have advanced spiritually once you see all types of synchronicities. But the transformation aspect comes from what the frog does when it goes from a tadpole. The frog literally goes from a fish to walking on land. It completely changes its form. So, it's kind of familiar. It's kind of similar to the caterpillar in that sense. So it does have to do with transformation and rebirth and all of that stuff. Okay. All right. So let's see. We have lots of deleted messages. What's going on here? 888. Okay. Number eights are always, there's two different things that eight's going to have to deal with. Okay. Eights are either going to have to deal with strength. Okay. Or it's going to have to deal with abundance. So you take whatever applies to you. The more eights you see, the more intense, the more abundance, or the more strength that you will need. The number 888 could be coming into your life to tell you that you need to be more strong, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. You need to be more strong. Or it could be coming into your life to tell you that you're going through an experience that is going to make you stronger. You're going through an experience that's just going to make you more stronger and sculpt you. Or that you need to be strong for what's about to come ahead, for the experiences that are about to come into your life. It could also be coming into your life, apply it where it applies for you, to tell you that you are going to receive abundance. That's finances, or that's resources, that might be support, that might be equipment, that might be anything. Or it could be all of those things all together, okay? And is basically just telling you that. And yeah, it's pretty easy with that one. It's telling you that, and just think about what applies for you. What was happening the moment you saw the number? What was it exactly that you were experiencing when you saw the number? And what were you feeling when you saw the number? Did you get any other confirmations? Were there colors? Certain colors? Did you see 888 and then saw a lot of red cars, or saw a red butterfly, or saw red a lot? That would signify strength and power. Did you see 8888 and then start thinking about your career? Then that would probably signify abundance. You really got to just kind of take in the experience. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. I appreciate your work. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and knowledge. You're very welcome. I experience them master numbers swarm around me. Ha ha ha. Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Greetings. Keep it up, my dear. Okay, shout out to Gangster, Mavado. Where's the questions, y'all? I'm overwhelmed sometimes by the support that I get from you guys, honestly. And I know hold on. Okay, I had to wipe that. Okay, let's see. I keep having dreams that I am chewing gum and I can never take it out as it gets stuck to the roof of my tongue, to the roof of my mouth. I would really appreciate your insight. That I don't have experience about. That's a real specific, and I've never had experience about a dream. And I never had experience trying to understand what that dream meant for me, or looking it up or researching. So I do not know anything about that. I'm very, very sorry about that. What about dreams of a snake? Snake dreams. I don't have experience about that either. I'm so sorry. I know what a snake means on land, on this physical realm, but I do know that with snake dreams, it's very complex. There's a lot of different meanings. So I actually wouldn't be able to really generalize it for you, but you can just Google it. There's going to be a lot of different answers. There's going to, each site you go to going to say something different. It really is. But one of the meanings that I've seen that come across the most has to deal with expressing yourself, and it has to deal with your ability to communicate. Okay, let's see. How would you interpret, I don't know how to say that word. How would you interpret, I've been saying that word wrong the whole time, going through the darkness and waking up from this daze? I would interpret that as very confusing. Going through the darkness and waking up from the daze. That sounds like life. That sounds like life. That sounds like you are being pulled. You think there's light here. You think that this is real. You think that this is reality, but it's really just all just a show and a projection from where the light really comes from. It's like watching a movie and you're at the movie theaters and you see the screen and you think that the light and the projection is coming from in front of you, but it's really coming from behind, because you take a look and you see that the projector is at that big room on top. So it's really coming from within you. That's where the light and the existence actually comes from. And then waking up from the daze. You die, you actually waking up. But the funny thing is, and this is based on personal opinion, you know, when you actually die, you wake up from one realm, but now you're stuck in that realm. So how do you wake up from that realm into the next, you know? And I already told you guys, you got the physical realm, you got the astral realm, you got the causal realm. And that's the first things that come to my mind, because of the way I view life when I read that sentence. And let's see what we have here. I have been finding hearts in everywhere. You guys, you know what? I think you guys are just meant to be like subscribed to me. Like, I think that you guys are just meant to really be subscribed to me. Because we're like having the same synchronicities, yo. Look, I've been seeing hearts since last year. Like, dude, like seriously. I've been seeing hearts. Okay. Heart-shaped hair bands. What does that mean? Lovely end, yo. Like, I've seen a heart pop up in like my oatmeal. Like, it's crazy. For a whole year straight, I've just been seeing hearts everywhere. It is really telling you to learn to love. It's very cliche. There's nothing like super different about it. When you see hearts, it's telling you to love yourself more and love others more, period. It can also be telling you that you're going through an experience of really truly understanding what love is on a different level. Sometimes it goes deeper than that. Sometimes each time you see the heart, you know, you don't want to look too deep now, because it might go flying off, but you might go flying off, you know. But like, let's say you see a red heart, or you see a white heart, or you see a blue heart, or you see a green heart, that can definitely further be looked into as what exactly it is. You know, if it's a white heart, that means you have to be patient with love. That means you have to be more patient with people and love them, or be more patient with yourself and love yourself. If you see green, then that just means you have to heal, or you have to nurture or care for others, or care for yourself. If you see yellow, that's talking about expression, expressing love. That's talking about your self-esteem and implementing love in your life to help your self-esteem, or to inspire others as well. If you see orange, is definitely telling you to create. And orange also talks about inspiration as well. If you see pink, it could be that's just seriously telling you to tap into that feminine aspect of love and tap into feeling love, like the actual sensual side of love. If you see black heart, then that's could be talking about absorption of love. Oh my goodness, it goes so deep, but it's such a positive thing to see hearts everywhere. It means that you're on a path of loving yourself and loving others to another level, definitely. And every time you see that heart, you can always just try to do this if you want. Every time you see that heart, just say thank you. Say thank you. And just say thank you. Say, oh my goodness, thank you. I really appreciate that. Because that is a blessing. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Thank you guys so much for coming through and supporting me. I'm so happy to help you all. Tanisha Poiter. Oh my God, you guys. I need to get better at reading this. Tanisha Poitier. Out of nowhere, in the cold of winter, I would see a gnat fly by. Just one, but it's out of nowhere. Then I never see it again. I don't know why I chose to read it like that. Like, that was so intense and it was just so fucking comical. What? You know, I don't know. I think gnats are spiritual. Y'all really don't think I'm crazy. I think gnats are spiritual because they be coming out of nowhere, and they usually come in a time where I need to clean up my mess, or I need to straighten myself up, or I see them coming through a time where I'm going through spiritual growth. Then gnats will just start popping out of nowhere, like, you know what I mean? Like, in my actual, like, especially if it's random, you know, like if you're going to a barbecue and you seeing gnats everywhere, no. You know what I'm saying? But if you just see like a gnat and you feel like it's actual like guidance for you, I do believe that it is very spiritual and it has to deal with spiritual growth. That's about all I have experience with that. I just noticed that it has come into my life at times when um at times when I've needed to, at times when I was going through some kind of growth, and also at times when I was really sad, like when I was having to overcome depression. I don't know if that's the same for you, especially it being in the depths of winter. Um, but I definitely seen it happen at a time where I needed to get over depression. Okay. I've been getting visits from tiny little spiders. Ooh, okay. So spiders is telling you multiple different things, but just take what applies for you because it does have different meanings. But for the most part, they all have to do with characteristics of the animal as well. Spiders, you just have to, it's going to be about owning your craftsmanship. Spiders come into people's life, A, to tell them to be patient. B, whatever it is you're creating, like how the spider creates its web, whatever it is you're creating, you're going to have to be very, 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 it's going to take like a lot of, you know, paying attention to the fine little details. There's not going to be a shortcut. There's not going to be an easy way out. You have to really own that craftsmanship. It's about working hard. When you see the spider, there's a lot of work ethic that comes in with seeing the spider. It means that you have to put a lot of effort and a lot of intricacy into what it is that you're trying to create. The spider can also be telling you to be patient with that thing that you're creating. Spiders can also, when it's talking about the thing that you're creating and it's talking about what it is you have to be intricate with and what it is you have to be patient with, it also has to relate to your dreams, like your actual aspirations, something you've always wanted to do, because you got to think of it as a dream catcher that they're creating there. That's one thing. Another thing that I've seen spiders come and pop up through, if you're female, Okay, you're not, I don't think you're a female, so that's not going to apply to you. All right, let's see, guys. We're almost done because I'm almost sleepy. The $8.88 was in my bank. Okay. In my bank account, and I was like, I should definitely buy the next thing I'm about to buy. What? I should definitely buy the next thing I'm about to buy. Okay. You know what? That reminds me of something really important too with the number 8. Um, it does mean abundance or it does mean strength, but it can also tell you to watch your finances. It can also be telling you to pay attention to your finances, okay? You know what I mean? It can, especially if you see 48, that's going to mean financial discipline because 4 has to deal with discipline. It has to deal with being, very structured, very mature in what it is that you're doing. So, if that's the first thing that you thought was that you needed to spend that, 8s can be telling you to make sure that you pay attention to your finances because you are receiving abundance, or you might feel like you have abundance so much that you're going to take advantage of that. So yeah, but other than that, I'm not really understanding. I deleted my question because I think it was on topic for today. Okay. That's okay. If you don't dream, so what is went wrong? Huh? If you don't dream a lot, so what is went wrong? I'm gonna need Robert Carbo to rephrase that for me, please. What does rabbits mean in a dream? I don't know what rabbits mean in a dream. I know what they mean in this physical realm, though. How about dogs in a dream? Oh my goodness. Well, the first thing, it does absolutely matter what color the dog is. It absolutely matters. You can look at any dream book, you can look at any site you want to look at. The colors really matter, you guys. Colors have significance as well. They have meaning for our physical mind and our causal realm and why everything is the way it is. Now, if you saw a brown dog, that's definitely a beautiful sign. It has to do with healing, it has to do with friendship, it has to deal with good luck. But for the most part, dogs are a positive omen. Um, I just can't go into deep details because I need to know exactly what everything that was happening, like every detail, like what was the dream about? What did the dog do? Was the dog happy? Was the dog sad? Like all these things matter. So when you're doing the dream, if I know what it's about, make sure you do a whole big thing, okay? All right, let's see. We're almost out of here. I started traveling. Ooh, oh my goodness. I can't read anymore. You guys are getting tired. I astral traveled a few weeks ago and saw a blue camel. What does that mean? Oh my God. Whew. Okay, so camels, off the bat, camel is going to tell you that you have a long road ahead of you. Camel is talking about telling you that you are above your time. It's about maturity. It's about being self-sufficient. It's about obviously, the camel has its own water on its own back. And camel also has to deal with it could mean a spiritual voyage, like a spiritual quest that you may be going on to, just like how camels were used for trading and they were used to go to cross long distances and things of that nature. I had an experience myself where one morning I woke up, and when you just woke up, you're in that phase, and I literally somehow, it was weird. Like I saw myself turn into a camel, and it was weird. And immediately I looked at the meaning for camels. I did so much research on it, and it just all made sense for me. But now you're saying a blue camel. Blue is a color that's it's gonna indicate bravery. Blue talks about bravery. So it could be telling you to be brave about basically holding steady and staying on your path and not giving up. You have to be really strong and really persistent on what it is that you're doing. Now, seeing it in the astral realm, seeing it while you're astral projecting, that could take upon a different meaning. It could mean blue, which the other meaning of blue, which is going to be being able to see visually, or being able to speak, or being able to see visually, and your actual insight. So overall, I think that's a beautiful experience, but I do think it's telling you that you have a long ways to go with what it is that you're trying to achieve. Your finish line, the goal is you got a long way to go, and you're above your time, ahead of your time. And most people might not be able to understand you because of that. And there's a long quest, a long voyage that you're going to have to go through, and you're going to have to be very self-sufficient with. Okay. All right. We're almost done, you guys. We are almost done. 17 has to deal with spiritual growth, very spiritual. If you're seeing 1717 and you're seeing blue camels, it's all spiritual. It's all spiritual, like spiritual advancement, spiritual growth, being able to reach another level spiritually inside. Okay, you could be just living your day-to-day life over here, but inside your astral body, inside that realm, you could be having different types of experiences which are elevated, which you are making progress, and which you are growing personally. And that's why you could be seeing 17, okay? It also may be meaning that you might be going through a moment where you're going to be feeling crowned. You're going to be feeling like you may even get a promotion or something like that, okay? I talked about the spiders already. Okay, so we on the last ones now. Let me see, that could be floaties in the eye, not gnats. It looks like gnats and starts at you. What? I don't understand. I'm creating a spell book. I don't do spells. Next. Let's see. I'm just joking. Okay, let me see. I'm creating a spell book, and yeah, I probably should be very detailed. Yeah, it's telling you, if you're creating a spell book, then it's definitely telling you all those things. Make sure you take your time. Make sure that you're patient. Make sure that you're not trying to rush it. Make sure you're not trying to skip details. You have to literally, you can't skip details. You have to intricately weave everything. It's going to take effort, and it's going to take time. And you have to own that craft. So you have to get more experience about the spells and not just write it. It's about honing that craft. It's about craftsmanship, because that's what a spider is. They're the biggest craftsman, you know. So let's see, Bob Garvey. How about dreaming about riding a horse, but it feels like it's not running fast, like someone chasing me and getting nearer and nearer? Okay, so this is another thing inside of your own psyche. How about dreaming about a horse, riding a horse, but it feels like it is running fast, like someone chasing me and getting nearer and nearer? It felt like somebody was chasing you too, and they were getting closer and closer. Okay, so the horse wasn't going anywhere. Horses has to deal with inspiration. They have to deal with your willpower. So I would just say check that area of your life. Check in with yourself on that area. The thing about dreams is it really taps into our subconscious and how we're feeling subconsciously. And sometimes in this waking life, inside of this physical realm, we think that we know what we're feeling subconsciously until we have a dream of something and we're like, whoa. And we get woken up, and we get not woken up, but we get a realization that we actually don't feel a certain way about something because we still have an attachment about something. So something is holding you back inside of that area when it comes to your drive, when it comes to your inspirations. Something's holding you back inside of that area that needs to be assessed. That's coming through your dreams because of how much is holding you back, okay? The horse is being held back. It's not going anywhere. Something's catching up to you. This is an internal conflict within yourself. When I say internal conflict, don't mean it's a big deal. You know, it just means that these are just parts of your psyche that's showing in front of you. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. How about, let me see. I've been on here for an hour and 25 minutes. I'm going to be on here for another 5 minutes and I'm going to be out, you guys. I did not expect everybody to come through like that. Where is it? I find 8 infinity number symbol everywhere in most random places. What's infinity symbol? You don't know what the infinity symbol is? Bruh. I'm kidding. Yo, infinity symbol is very, very, very simple. You know, it goes like this and it doesn't stop. It's in the name, infinity. It means consistency. It means the ability to keep going and not stopping. Okay, it has to deal with strength. It has to deal with continuation, continuously. Something does not end. It's continuous. It also has to deal with rebirth because it's going up and then it's going down and it's going up and then it's going down. It has to do with duality, but something that doesn't stop. Okay, so if you're seeing it everywhere, that's the general meaning for it. But to understand it even more, you have to definitely pay attention to the things that you're thinking about. What were you experiencing and what was going on inside of your physical realm? What are you experiencing in your life that could be pointing towards? Okay. Okay, so the last question is going to be, after I get to blind guy, his wife, and their life, I'm not going to be answering any more questions. Just because I'm really drained. I don't think y'all understand what's going on behind the scenes. You will be able to see very soon, but I'm doing lots. Okay, so let's see. We dream every night. If you don't remember your dreams, you are low in zinc and maybe B6. Take each before bed. I don't necessarily believe that. Now, you guys can definitely take his advice there. Personally, I'm not going to hold on to that. If you don't dream a lot, that you're low in vitamins deficiency, that's not true. For me personally, I don't think that's true because I've literally been low in zinc and B6, and I've had vivid dreams and remembered them every night. Okay. 27. I kind of already went over 7s, meaning spirituality and spiritual growth. All right. Hello and bye-bye, Red Eye. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. I will be coming soon with your angel number 222, the power behind angel number 222 and what that means, okay? And for everyone who's new to the channel, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel so you can see more of my videos, and also check the description box below if you want any of my handmade merchandise like my crystal pendants or any of the things that are coming very soon. And also my healing services like my readings, my personal readings, where you can actually get a more in-depth questions answered. You can get that through personal readings with me, which could be booked through my website, bloomingwombman.com, which is inside the description box below, okay? You guys, thank you so much for all of your love. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you so much for your questions and supporting my channel. I will have more for you guys, more surprises and more beautiful things. I just have to make sure that I rest up, okay? Peace, blessings, hotep, dua, love, everything, every language See you in the next video and take care. Bye-bye.